Oh,
Hi.
this is, why does that say out of, whatever. This is our first log of our German vacation trip. We are here in our
Airbnb.
chateau Airbnb. The owner spent, I don't know, maybe an hour with us drinking wine and showing us around. He has a beautiful wine cellar,
He already gave me a bottle, what's left of the bottle of Riesling now.
and he's just a lovely person.
He has this beautiful old stone building and an old cellar, a
and
wine
an,
cellar in the
and
basement.
an old Labrador dog,
Oh,
and
who's so cute.
he's speaks barely a word of English, but I was still able to generally communicate with him because he's one of the most expressive people I've ever met, which is really cool. But our day has been, I think over the course of the pictures that I'm eventually going to post, my hair gets more and more unruly over the course of the day. It has been a day. We've spent, I mean, if you count the fast forwarding of time zones, over 24 hours since we've been anywhere, but obviously that's not the amount of time we've been up. We started our day, went to San Jose Airport. That was all fine. Spent, I don't know, 4 hours there waiting because we got there really early.
My
Had
bad.
had various, no, it was not a problem. Like we were ready for the flight.
Sure.
Had, she had sushi and I had udon, and that's not the stuff we're going to be able to get in Germany, so that's a different sort of thing. Flight from um, San Jose to London Heathrow was all right. I mean, we slept for as much of it as we could,
I didn't sleep much, but they had a lot of good selection of media to enjoy, and I made friends with the Swedish guy next to me on the plane.
like she always does. And when we got off of the flight in Heathrow, the board that I read the boarding time instead of the departure time, and so we went from Terminal 5 to Terminal 3, and then found out that we needed to be in Terminal 5, and that by the time the train was going to get us back to Terminal 5, because it's not like the terminals in like O'Hare or any of the places in the US, you have to take a bus or a train to get to the other terminals.
It's like each terminal is a refugee station for the other terminals. They're
But
they're so far apart,
the
and the whole layout was stupid.
the real problem is that I did exactly this thing when I went to Scotland almost a decade ago at this point, and went from the terminal I was supposed to be in to another terminal, went through security, had to go back through security in the first terminal. So the good news is I have luck powers a la Domino or Felicia Hardy, and my luck powers shorted out the electronic systems for all of
British
the British
Airways
Airways flights and the backup
and their
electronic
backup, yeah.
systems for all of them. So all British Airways flights were delayed, so we managed to get there in time. And then it turns out our flight was one of the ones that was the least impacted by those things, which is why
Yep.
I have luck powers.
Yep. But also, I was making faces because it's not your fault. Really, London Heathrow, I'm sorry, you're going to have to burn it down and start again. That is a mess. It's just like any old place where people were like, oh, instead of like, revamping it, we're just going to tack stuff on. And now so much stuff has been tacked onto it that it's just this utter mayhem. There's no sense to it.
I mean, I don't. It's I screwed up. That's the long and the short of it.
Regardless of you screwing up, I was already making faces about that place before.
But anyway, so we got on the British Airways flight, and we got to where did the flight to
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt. Then had to go from the terminal we were in of arrivals to the departures terminal where
Because
the
I booked our rental car from Europe Car, but not the one at the terminal we came in at the one on the other side of the
so we
campus.
had to take another bus to another terminal in another airport that is not very closely delineated or
Right.
not closely set up. So we did that, and then Carolyn got the excitement of driving from Frankfurt all the way to the small town that we're in
It's
Germany.
so weird. I'm so worried about getting pulled over, but I'm looking at the speedometer going, well, I'm going like 100, 120 kilometers an hour. And he's like, oh, well, 130 is 80 miles an hour. And people are just blowing past me like I am an ant next to a cheetah. And I went, Oh,
Yeah, there was no way anything was gonna pull us over for what the speeds we were doing.
no. Which is a first for me.
So I don't speak hardly any German. I don't know if I mentioned that at the start. So Carolyn is translating for me and where possible. And
I
um,
speak terrible amounts of German. My German's good. It's just I don't know enough words.
you don't practice
I
with
don't have anybody to
anyone.
practice
Yeah.
with. I don't have
God,
anybody
my
to
hair
chat
is
with.
just a mess, and that's just how that's gonna have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be.
yeah. And I've got bags under my eyes that should be checked with extra weight restrictions.
So, but we love it here. This place has beautiful plants that the guy has grown, and it's got a wine cellar and a nice dog, and the guy himself is adorable and wonderful.
Brother has a restaurant, and it's the one who makes the wine that
Right.
we just drank tonight.
And we talked about through my complete and utter inability to speak German and his 10 words of English through Carolyn and through him being incredibly expressive about family heritage and wine and vacationing, and he thinks Trump is terrible, which, that's wonderful as far as we're concerned. And tried to explain what my job is to someone. It doesn't sound like they have what I do here.
I'm going
so.
to have to learn the German word for planner or whatever 18-word compound word city
Well,
planner is.
I learned the Spanish word for zoning.
Okay.
It's el zoning.
I should have tried that. Das zoning.
It might have worked. So, we're tired. We're probably going to go to bed. We've got a wedding tomorrow, but it's not until the afternoon, so we will go to that. What are you doing? My hair's messed up enough.
Right, but it's not like I could make it worse.
I mean, you can make it worse. My last haircut shows that. So we're going to try to do video logs among the pictures and stuff, so
Yep.
happy whatever day it is in
Friday?
America.
It's the end of Thursday. Friday, it's Friday for them.
Yeah, well, yeah. Have a good Friday.